You had great success running the ball today. It's sort of what do you feel was the key to that, and why were you this successful in that area?
I really just feel like it was just being confident in the run game, trusting it, and being really disciplined in our reads and how things played out. We knew that we were going to have some areas to work in the run game, and we were able to exploit those today.
I think you guys are the only team with 50-point wins in conference play. Just your thoughts on having two really dominant wins in the Big Ten this year?
I really just think it stems from everybody doing their job. I feel like offense, defense, and special teams stepped up to the plate, and I feel like that's why we're having a lot of success. You look at our offense, we're doing really good when we got the ball, and the defense gets us the ball. So when you have that formula, you're able to score a lot of points.
Coach Ignetti talks about breaking teams' will. Is there any point in this game where you knew that they were broken down?
Oh yeah, that's kind of our mentality. We take the game and we want to impose our will on the defense, and I feel like we were able to do that today. Just leaning on them. When you got a great offensive line like I have up front, and they're moving people off the ball and doing those things like that. When the third and fourth quarter hit, we're able to kind of have our way a little bit and do the things that we want to do.
What keeps this team so focused? You talk about everybody on the same page, everybody focused, but everybody strives for that. Like that's every team's goal. What is different about this team that allows that just sort of hyper focus on the task at hand?
I feel like it starts with the head man above. Coach Sig, he does a really good job preaching the message to make sure that we're all on the same accord with everything. And I feel like it goes down to the coaches, it comes to the players, and we all have one goal, and it's to go out there and win every Saturday or wherever we play. So I feel like that's kind of the formula that we have, and then we just have a lot of veteran leaders and guys that kind of can command the locker room and make sure that we're all on the same page to achieve the goal that we want.
Did this feel a little bit like an old school game where you could rely on the running more than you have some of the other games?
Yeah, I feel like we have a great balance offensively. I feel like we're able to run the ball when we want to, pass the ball when we want to, and I feel like today was one of those days where the run kind of helped us get a lot of success, and we were able to throw the ball when we wanted to and when we needed to. But it feels good to kind of have the offense rely on us for a little bit of time and for us to ring the bell and kind of answer home when we were needed.
Both of your scores were the Stephen Daly package. Why is he the guy that you guys like at fullback?
I feel like it's just the personnel, that how they want to do things. But you look at a guy like Stephen Daly, he comes in, he's probably the strongest player on the team. He's one of those guys that doesn't say too much, but he does his job and he works really hard. So, I have the utmost confidence when I'm behind him that I can run and he'll open up a hole, give me somewhere to go. And, for him, it's another thing on his resume that he can kind of do. So it kind of helps everybody out. And, anything that gets us points is something that we'll continue to do.
What do you think your offensive line has been so impactful pretty consistently throughout the whole year?
I really just think that it's a testament to the offensive coaches that we have. Coach Bostad does a really good job making sure that they're in line and know what's going on. And I feel like they just are guys that are gritty. They go out there every day and they find ways to get better. They find ways to push each other. And you see our leaders like Pat Coogan and Carter Smith, and I can name the whole offensive line. But, you see guys like that, the leaders that kind of make sure that we're all ready to go, and they challenge each other, and they always come through.
On EJ, I think he had 5 for 109 and 2. Just how much does it help you all when he's playing at that level?
Oh yeah, EJ is one of those guys that he can make every play that we ask of him, and I think the only thing that kind of hindered him was injuries in his past and things like that. But you see that guy, he goes out there every day, he gives full effort, he plays really hard. And as a running back, when you have receivers that go out there and make catches like he made today, it opens up the box for the run game. So if we can continue to balance on one another and help each other out, we'll be able to have success with him, myself, and the rest of the running back room, and everybody on the offense.
What does it do for you as an offense when the defense is playing as well as it did, especially when they scored 7 points before you even touched the ball?
It does a tremendous job for us, just being able to go out there and have a little bit more confidence. When you take the field and you're already up a score, you're confident, you're ready to go. And I think that they give us a lot of opportunities as well. Getting off the field on third down, giving us short fields so that we can operate and be in scoring distance really quick. I think that's something that they do a really good job of. And, we want to work off of them and make sure that we return the favor.
2 more for Roman.
How do you process the fact that you're not only winning every week, you're winning by the margins you are? I mean, nobody can predict, looking at the schedule, going to win by 40, going to win by 50 every week, but you guys are doing it.
Oh yeah, we kind of look at the schedule and we take it 1 week at a time. We're not really worried about the ending score. We just want to make sure that we're victorious. I'll say for myself, it does feel good to go out there and be able to, impose your will on defenses and put up a lot of points because we play offense. We want to score touchdowns. We want to score points, but we'll take a win however we can get it. And it only gets harder from here on out. So we have to get back to the drawing board and figure out ways to continue to put up points.
What have you seen just around campus, around town? Just the response of everybody as you guys have been winning, and then you get in the top 10, and then you get in the top 5, then you get in the top 10. What's the response been like? What's the atmosphere like?
Oh, it was pretty much everything that they said it would be when I transferred in. They gave me the picture before the picture happened. Basically saying, hey, look, we have the opportunity to do this. We can be big here. We can do this, and everything's coming to fruition that they said to me. So, around campus, you see a lot of people that have belief, and they're trusting in us, and they're giving us confidence as well. And I feel like it's really cool to see that the stadium is filled every week. The players, feed off of that. That's our 12th man. So, I'm excited. This is something that I'm not really used to, but I'm definitely loving it. And just being able to be a part of some type of family like this is awesome.
Great. Thanks, Roman.
Thanks.